How you doing, Will?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. Um, how this weekend feel being able to have your dad in town and being able to have a weekend like this?
Yeah, it was really good. My mom and dad both came for my graduation Thursday, which was a special moment. And then it's always great when they get to come watch my games, which is not very often that they get to make it to Hattiesburg. So it was really fun.
Uh, your what the four starting pitchers did this weekend. How best do you sum that up?
I've never seen anything like that. That was the best pitching series I've ever seen from a college baseball team. And I've played a lot of college baseball and watched a lot of college baseball, and that was just really fun to watch and be a part of.
Did it just feel like there was a rhythm all weekend, just a pace to things? What did it feel like out there in the field?
Yeah, our pitchers are really confident and they throw the ball over the plate. They only had, a couple walks all weekend. They trust their stuff. Coach Oz trusts them and they trust Coach Oz. And our pitchers are just in complete control of every at bat.
Does this kind of make you feel, no matter where the regionals at, whether it's in Hattiesburg or whether it's anywhere, that wherever they send y'all got a pretty good shot, knowing you got four guys that can take the bump like that?
Yeah, we felt that way since we knew the core guys that we had coming back. We've known how good they are, but we're really not trying to think about the regional. We know we can only focus on Florida Atlantic now.
Yeah, y'all are in first place in in Conference USA West. I guess that was probably a goal coming into the weekend, but to have it, be in the situation going into FAU, that's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, it does. At the beginning of every year, we want to be at the top of Conference USA and go to a regional and beyond. So we're in first in the West. I don't know what that really means with the East and the West this year, but we just have to take care of business at FAU.
I know you said you're only looking ahead to FAU this weekend, but they do announce the regional host sites this upcoming week, or 20 of them. Do you feel like y'all have made a case?
Yeah, and certainly we ended on a strong note with those four performances from our starting pitchers. But that's the type of stuff Coach Barry talks about. You control what you can control. We're not on the committee, so nothing to worry about.
How are you feeling at the plate right now? What's working for you?
I feel really good. Coach Creel and I have been working a lot. I give a lot of credit to him for seeing what sometimes I don't see in myself. But yeah, I feel good.
Take me through that home run. What happened there?
I was trying to be aggressive. It was my second at bat. I was a little passive the first time. It was the first pitch changeup that he left over the middle. I just got a hold of it.
After what the three other starters did this weekend, how much pressure were you feeling taking the mound today?
Yeah, definitely the most pressure I've felt in having a 3-0 series lead. Just watching what those guys did for 3 days straight, it was three of the best pitching performances I've ever seen at the Pete, and to be able to follow that is an honor, but maybe a little bit of added pressure. But I like pressure. I think it creates opportunity to do better, and it's just fun to be a part of the staff and watch those guys do what they do.
Was there a rhythm or a good tempo or a pace to all the pitchers this weekend? I mean, how would you describe what happened over the last 3 days?
It's easy. I think getting in a rhythm is definitely a key part of the success that our pitchers can have. Just when you're just filling up the zones like our guys can, it's easy to just you find yourself just getting more strikeouts, you find yourself getting more ground outs, and just eliminating the freebies can just make a pitcher's world a whole lot easier. And I think our guys definitely did that.
What was working for you today?
Early on, the changeup was getting those 1-2 pitch outs, and then later on, I kind of relied on the fastball and the slider down in those last 2 or 3 innings.
What did Oz have to say to y'all after the game today, or has he spoken to y'all?
He was very, very pleased with the weekend. he just wanted to make sure that that we learned from that last inning today. There's no time clock, there's no shot clock in baseball. You got to go out and get your 27 outs that are in front of you. And if you exhale or let the momentum slip up, could be a tough thing to get back sometimes. So I think it was he was very, very pleased, and he wasn't going to let that affect his positivity for what we did this weekend. But he definitely wanted us to learn that lesson for sure.
Y'all are in first place in Conference USA West now, and they hand out the regional site, or 20 regional sites this week. Do you think y'all have made a case to be one of those 20?
I think so, for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if the 3 or 4 Conference USA teams all get that top 20 spot, and they basically say, here it is, and winner conference tournament takes it. So, and if not, we're not going to let it affect how we play. We're just going to control the things we can control, and that starts next weekend at FAU.
Are you as confident as you've been all season? How good do you feel right now on the mound?
I feel really good. Command feels very, very strong, and I think that's my forte is whenever my command is on, that's when I feel my best. And so far, I think my command felt best today for sure.
I know you're used to having maybe those weekends where you have 3 starting pitchers go out there and throw pretty well, but to have 4 guys over 3 days go out and do what they did, how do you describe what you just saw?
Well, I think it's a nice options to have, and we've had them all year with those guys going out there and covering, particularly when we got into conference play and we started the four game weekends. But the way that those guys this weekend went out, just literally dominated. I felt like pitch by pitch, not giving up any free passes for the most part, really running strikeouts up there, and playing good defense behind them. So we played winning baseball for four games, but it all started on the mound with those guys.
Would you say there was a good rhythm for all your guys on the mound this weekend? Is there anything that you would say that any of those 4 guys, was it a rhythm? Was there a pace to it?
Oh, I think it's just them. In all honesty, I didn't see anything different than any other start that they had. They're all very well composed. They have great mound presence. You can tell they're not sped up. The game isn't speeding them up. And in times when somebody would get on base, they were able to slow the game down and take it pitch by pitch. And, that's what Coach Ostrander teaches, and they perfectly executed it.
Y'all are in first place in Conference USA West now, and they hand out 20, or they're going to put up a list of 20 regional sites this week. Do you think y'all have made a case to be in that 20?
I don't know, Patrick. I think those are one of those things where it's out of our control. The only thing we can control is what we do on the field and rack up the wins. Now, I think we're 33-15 now. Is that correct? I think that's correct. And
yeah, that's right.
We're 33-15. That will be in the committee's hands and everything that goes into it. I think that, being this is a COVID type year, and much of the selection and much of the criteria of who is selected is probably going to be much different than in years past. Certainly the timing of it is, but it would be nice if we were in that talk. But once again, that's something that we don't have any control over, and if we've done enough for it, then so be it. If we haven't, then we need to continue to press on and play game by game approach from here on out, like we've been doing.
Has there anything that's been communicated from the NC2A down to the schools on what they need or what they're looking for whenever they make these choices?
That's probably more of an administrative question than it is me. I'm on the South Regional Selection Committee this year with some other coaches here in the South, and we've had one call. We've got another call coming up next week, but nothing was said about host sites other than we wouldn't talk about it the previous call that we had about 3 weeks ago. So, I know that the committees are getting together and trying to work out everything to give us the best 20 that are possible for the 16 that will be awarded it there on that Sunday before Selection Monday. But but that there hasn't been anything said to me.
Will McGillis, he's starting to swing the bat. How big of a difference can that make for this lineup going forward?
Well, I think not only Will is swinging the bat well, but both catchers had good weekends. I know Stanley only played in one game, and that was Walker's no-hitter, but he had some really good at-bats. He hit a solo homer to give us a run early, and then had a big backside base hit to give us an RBI. Blake Johnson is swinging the bat well. So Will being in there as well, he had another good day today at the plate, so left that home run and put us up 4-1. So, anytime we can get that balance at the bottom, then, coupled with the pitching that we've gotten and has been consistent, and certainly that gives us a pretty good chance to win baseball games.
Did it feel like this was a good momentum weekend to kind of get things rolling at the right time?
Yeah, it's coming down to the wire. I mean, every game is an important game. Obviously, we didn't take care of business on Wednesday against Southeast Louisiana, nor did we on 5 or 4 other occasions on the midweek. We were 1-5 in midweek games, and it was really frustrating on Wednesday night. But we had to forget it because we had an all-important series coming up with Middle Tennessee, a team that had a sense of urgency, where every win for them was trying to get them into the tournament. And but we knew the challenge was going to be great. Friday night obviously played no different than that, with both pitchers really hooking up their guy and Stanley on our side and taking it to extra innings. But, from that point on, both games yesterday and in today, we just really we kept the pedal down on the pitch side, and the offense started heating up, and so that was a great weekend for us to win 4 games. It's hard to beat someone 4 times.
Drew Boyd, how have you seen him progress throughout the season, and what did you like out of him today?
Well, I really liked him. I thought he really mirrored last weekend's start at Rice, where he covered 6 innings there as well. He just really used both sides of the plate. He added and subtracted with the fastball and the changeup, and really kept their hitters off balance. So, just what Drew does, he did well again today, and that's he gives you great pitchability, and he went out and did that today.
Have y'all made any progress in scheduling any games right there before the conference tournament?
No, not yet. We've got a couple of options, that we're looking at. One of them is in league, but we're not sure if they're going to make the tournament or not. And then I've been in talks with another team outside of our conference to try to fill that weekend, or at least 3 games on there. We'd like to. It's going to be hard. Everybody knew when we went to this format that scheduling that weekend was going to be a tough schedule. And in all honesty, there just wasn't a lot of open opponents outside of our conference. So we're going to probably try to do everything we can to bring something here to us that weekend.